as I was saying, I met standard 6.3 through an ADA compliance chart that I created in EDL 850 School Law that analyzed how law and policy are applied in my school building. Moving on to standard 7.2, throughout multiple courses, I was able to foster effective communication through the creation of Canva materials. So for the ones presented here to communicate to my staff, I've created posters that describe a free and appropriate public education, our ticket sales and gatekeeping policies, a letter home to families about gift giving and receiving, as well as a poster for my staff about gift giving and receiving. Finally, as my final standard for the secondary level, I completed and worked on the Unified Improvement Plan for Swallows Charter Academy, my current school, both the K-8 Unified Improvement Plan as well as the High School Improvement Plan in the 2019 school year. So that Unified Improvement Plan would have been for the 2020 school year approaching. Within this plan, we had to find root causes that were promoting, or causing us not to improve upon our scores. Now, since then, we've, of course, experienced COVID, but my Unified Improvement Plan experience was prior to COVID. You'll see here my admin verification documents that have come from my executive director, Dr. Cindy Compton, my principal, Mr. Matt Hawken, and assistant principal, Mrs. Deanna Storr, all within Pueblo County District 70, and you're welcome to click on that link to be able to view wider their comments. The final portion of my e-portfolio is my reflection. Now, throughout this course, I was very, very stressed, and previously, I had hoped to take this course in August of 2020, start it in August of 2021. Now, I do have to say, I did decide to take the semester off because I felt overwhelmed. In the meantime of that semester, my dad passed away due to COVID-19. I also contracted COVID-19 in the beginning of January, so I would say that taking that break was a very, very smart decision for me, and I am happy to have finished this e-portfolio in April of 2022. With that being said, I am glad I reassessed the situation and changed my enrollment at that time. So what I founded my question at the conjuncture stage on is how I was feeling both this year and with completing my master's degree, and that question led me to how do we alleviate that burnout feeling in our staff before the actual burnout occurs within our staff, because that is a huge issue everywhere at this point. We are in a teacher shortage, so I wanted to basically analyze how we can better help our staff before that occurs. I have felt that teacher burnout before. I have felt burnout myself before in many areas of my life, and I think that we need to be providing opportunities to do something about that for our teachers, specifically as educational leaders. So as I stated in my synthesis, I think this can be done in very easy ways that can cost money, but also don't have to. So for example, we have a wellness committee here at our school that brings in a massage therapist at least once a month, and we are able to get massages for free during our plan periods or any time where we might have a break. Our educational leaders here, our administration team, will even cover for us to be able to go get a massage for about 30 minutes. Now, of course, this costs money from our wellness committee, so we are grateful for that. But I don't think it's so much that we couldn't have a massage therapist here for a few hours, 2 times once a month, just to get everybody in, depending on the size of the school. We could also offer professional development in self-care, although I have attended that myself, and in my personal opinion, it's hard to hear professional development about self-care on a day where I could be promoting my own self-care. So I think that one is the most difficult of the solutions I've listed. One more thing on here is that because my educational team, my leaders here at Swallows have been so great about covering if we need extra time, I think it would be great if we could somehow allow each teacher here to get an additional prep time for us to, at least once a month, for us to spend doing something that we need to get done. It really is just about time management and giving teachers the time to have that self-care. On the verge of professional development, I do think it would be beneficial, however, to offer a professional development course on setting boundaries. I'm just learning to do this myself and how to keep my personal and professional life separate, and I think a lot of teachers don't know strategies of how to apply that. Finally, for my reflection, I looked back on each of my courses, and I do have to say throughout each of them, I think I learned so much information, so much valuable information, that honestly, a lot of things I wish I would have known as a teacher in my undergraduate degree. But I am very grateful that I learned so much and my eyes were opened to so many things throughout this educational leadership program. Thank you.